Hopefully this is better. Hopefully this is better. Hopefully this is better. Still playing around with this. I can give y'all a little bit more of a tour, so to speak, where we at. Hopefully this is better for y'all. We gonna have to get to it though, cause I paid for parking. If you wonder, I'm at Lighthouse Grill in Hyde Park. I'm gonna show y'all just really quick the restaurant. Black owned. Come on, man, Rico. That looks janky. Hold on. There we go. That's better. That's where we at. We back at it, Tommy. We back at it for part two. Shout out to my man Slick Rick the Ruler. As soon as I finished my what's the name and I called him back, I'm telling you, man, I don't care what y'all be saying about this YouTube space. It's been good to me, you know. A couple of bumps and bruises here and there, but nothing real serious. But the brothers that I met in this space that are solid, solid, man. Chopped with my man Slick Rick for about a good 30 minutes. I think he live now, so, you know, feel free to tap in with him as well. Can y'all hear me okay? Because when I was doing it from my laptop, I couldn't get the sound. American Negro, let me get you too. I appreciate you. You've been supportive of the boy. You've been supportive of the boy. Hey, sorry for punching in y'all ear. This one gonna be quick though. This one gonna be quick. I'm literally reviewing King Talk. Sorry. Hey, shout out to Slick Rick the Ruler though. He reassured me that number one, he a solid dude. Number two, he a good brother. And number three, internet tough talk is just internet tough talk, and everybody can get touched at any point in time. I'll make sure y'all follow Ricky Williams, man. If you got a wrench, if you're a moderator over here, and you got anything popping, man, put it in the chat. Y'all greet each other as y'all come in the door. Shake hands, slap high five, all that good stuff. We're gonna get straight to the review. So yesterday, well, let me say this: a lot of y'all in the space know me from being on Repeat for a couple of years over there on Thursday nights, and then on Tuesday nights I was doing King Talk. A lot of y'all know the admiration, respect, the love that I have for JR as a brother, as a fellow Chicagoan, as somebody who I'm very familiar with his journey coming from the low end and him being, you know, becoming the man that he is in spite of the circumstances that says he shouldn't be a man at all, let alone the man. Things happen, and I had to stay away. I had to slide to the side on the network, right? It was nothing against JR. It was never nothing against JR. But just on principles and standing on business as a man, just certain individuals I do not fuck with at all. At all. I don't respect nothing about them. And I'm going to just leave it at that. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. But I knew I owed JR the decency. And, you know, I reached out to him, told him if he had space for me, you know, I'd be willing to come back to have a conversation, and mainly because I think I have something of substance to add. And people were asking me at that time too. I had a few people asking me at that time to go back to King Talk, so that's why y'all starting to see me over there. It wasn't that I just arbitrarily was just like, you know what, I miss King Talk, let me go. Although if that was the case, I would have went and had the same conversation with JR. But when I get people saying, hey man, like we miss you over on the network, or we value your voice, or you know, man, we at least need to see you on King Talk, then I gotta take that into consideration. And again, it wasn't no bad blood between me and JR. And so once, since the dust is settled now, I'm more comfortable with being associated with the network in that capacity again. Do I have aspirations of going on Thursday show? No. I think they've built up a dynamic, and I don't want to disturb that. Again, I'm not clout chasing. JR, no, I've never asked him for anything monetary or anything like help with my channel or nothing like that, man. I just want to see the brother win, and I just want to support him as best I can. So that's why you guys are seeing me back over on King Talk. Okay? So now, last night, we were talking about last night we were talking about what was the title of that? If you desire to be with a man, you can't be against men or absorbing content from people who are. So I didn't know where JR was going with that. He had a few icebreakers, but then bang, he comes in with the meat of the conversation because the ladies love the meat, right? Waffle fries, they call it now. I got a salmon burger. I'm probably gonna wait to tear into that. I got salmon burger and some waffle fries. Salmon burger will be on point. All right, so now, hopefully y'all can hear this. She also added that I have the breast as much as I used to simply because men come to me with their problems. I'm a woman, so I think the women see themselves more. I can't control how men respond. I try to keep things neutral. I don't really like to single out genders, but sometimes I have to. Men and women are out of control, but women share more, so it allows us to speak on the behaviors more. When I play the video, she was like, for women, but also when I clip it, so we never respond. These men, when it's web on the platform, right? So JR, for the meat of the conversation last night, JR is talking about, again, Keita Rose. Some of y'all will know her from, what is that? Tonight's conversation. Let me put this behind here. That's a little bit better. A lot of wire crossing over here. And I look crazy. I'm in this restaurant with this big ring light on. People are like looking. Like, what this nigga doing? I don't care. I'm giving y'all a glimpse of the city. So if you're ever in Chicago, make sure you pull up to Lighthouse Grill over here on 53rd and shoot. I forget what this cross street is, but it's in the heart of High Park. So let's see. So JR plays this video. Okay. Let me take the speed off. Because if y'all can hear it, I want y'all to hear it at normal speed. This ain't going to take us too long to build on this. Because there's a greater point for this to me. So hopefully y'all can hear this. Demise of relationships, and they push the ideal of misandry. How do you follow platforms of women who hate men? They hate the male sex, but you say you want love from a man. You say you want. So you hear what she's saying? She said, "How do you follow these?" Yeah, Emmy, another show, man. I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. I told you. I had it scheduled, and then I'm playing around with this stuff, man. I ain't technical savvy, man. I don't know how to run this stuff. But I wanted to do the gangstalicious content first, right? These sassy ass old niggas gang banging. I wanted to do that first. So the hate they give, not the hate I give, the hate they give. And then, but I wanted to build on King Talk. I want to build on King Talk from last night. That woman is a disease. So who? Which? Who? Who's the disease? I ain't talking about Pimp Seller. This is Keita Rose. So Keita Rose from, I guess she had a name before tonight's, what is it, tonight's conversation. So she's saying, how can you say you want a man and you go on these misandrous platforms? Relationships. I know why many people are doing this. I understand you're trying to embrace the feminist ideals, and I'm not against that. But embracing feminist ideals does not equate to finding love from men, and that's where the disconnect is. So she's saying something about people are doing this to embrace feminist deals. I don't know what that means. And I don't have a problem with feminists. Feminist just means they put women first. Doesn't mean women against men, although that's kind of what it turned into. Emmy, I do appreciate you, man. I do appreciate you, brother. Oh yeah, no, no, this ain't Pimp Seller. This is Keto Rose. No, I mean maybe we'll get. Well, I ain't had no interaction with Pimp Seller, and I don't have no smoke for her. Pimp Seller is the type of individual we should spot a mile away and pay no attention to. And for the sisters that want to follow her, let them. Like you should gladly let those sisters follow Pimp Seller. All right, Blizzy, we back. I got volume now, Blizzy. We good? I want to make sure y'all can hear this.
I want a man, but I'm going to surround myself and open up my spirit to women who hate men. To women.
So she said she's gonna. So she's saying to the women that say they want a man, but you're gonna surround yourself and open up your spirit, and I think that's key. I haven't really heard people address that part yet in all of this. And then before Jr. played the video, he said she's speaking specifically to women, but he also wanted to hear from the brother's side, right? He wanted to hear them reverse it and speak to the brothers too. So, and on stage is myself, Trev, B Madden, Hink, Sweeney, and M Wizzle, my man Marcus White, and then James. James was up there too. So it was a solid panel of brothers. Let me see, how many people married? One, two, shoot, about five. Shoot, about it's 9 of us up there. About 6 of us were married up there. About 6 of us married up there. Okay, let's get back to it.
Women who don't have the same desires as me. You want a man, but you're rejecting all forms of love and companionship from them. Make that make sense. Come on, stop following these misandries. They're not going to get you anywhere, especially if you are wanting companionship, you are wanting that community, you are wanting love. They're not getting you anywhere, honey. And please understand that not all men are toxic. They don't all follow this toxic masculinity.
So this is what brothers got caught up on last night, right? It was like there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. We know that, so I don't have to acknowledge that. I didn't even speak on it because masculinity is masculinity. So we don't even have to acknowledge that. We don't have to keep correcting women every time they say something about toxic masculinity. We know what it is. Speak on it. And I ain't knocking any brother that want to, go after it. I'm just saying we don't have to over pursue it, man. I didn't even address it because it don't make sense to address it to me.
And not all of them follow these destructive patriarchal norms. Many of these pages,
No, there is no such thing as toxic masculinity. I think there's good people and bad people. I think there's righteous people and evil people. There's right and wrong people. You either a man or you not. You either a woman or you not. You feminine or not. You masculine or not. I don't think there's a such thing as toxic masculinity. If that's the case, then you gotta have toxic femininity.
they're keeping you single because they're projecting their negative experiences on you. But I hope.
Yeah, I don't think that's toxic masculinity. That type of, I don't find that behavior masculine, so I wouldn't define that as masculine. It's not toxic masculinity. That may be an a-hole. That may be, there's a ton of words I can come up for that type of behavior, but that's not toxic masculinity. We attribute that because they're men. So, okay, so Blizzy, let me pose it this way. So the women who are just as aggressive and do that thing to young boys and stuff like that, are they toxic masculinists too? Right? Women who grab men by their package, are they toxic masculine? Is that toxic masculinity too? That is not toxic, man. Stop. No, I don't think that's toxic masculine. Y'all have to define it in the chat. I don't think there's a such thing as bad behavior and good behavior. So what's the equivalent on the feminine side? Toxic. I'm not finna play with you and Tommy, man. I think y'all both doing that because y'all from the Bay. I'm not finna play with either one of y'all.
This gives you
I'm
all
trying to get my blood pressure up.
something to work with.
I don't think it's toxic masculinity. I think it's cocky, arrogant. Y'all gonna make me ask somebody in here, is there such thing as toxic masculinity? Y'all better stop playing with me. And you Bay Area niggas better not be in here trying to jump nobody either.
I wish you all the best. Happy healing and happy, healthy relationship. Bye, babies.
I like Keita Rose. I didn't agree with everything she said, but the point that she was making was if you're saying you want love for a man, from a man, you want community, you want family, you want marriage, and you're not in spaces where where those conversations are being had, and you're following misandrous channels and following people on platforms who actively hate men, you're counterproductive. It's counterintuitive. It's like extremist. Blizzy, I'm not. You black trying to get me out of my body right now. That is not my phone. That's the store's phone. But it sounds like it's right next to me. That's how close I am to the register. I want to show y'all this so bad. Man, I got a salmon burger. Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to tear this bad boy up. Let's get through this. I think the term is overused, but I think it does exist. So what's the equivalent of feminine side, Tommy? You objective, brother. The chat is squabbling. Squabbling out here now. Yeah. Shout out to Uncle Jerome. Yeah, they squabbling. Y'all squabbling. Y'all Oakland niggas trying to jump me, man. I'm gonna have to take a trip out to the Valley Joe. All right, let's get back to it. So, Jr. goes through the video of Keita Rose, and again, basically, she's saying, if you want X, Y, Z, you got to go with us being where those conversations are had and they're conducive and productive. And if you're a woman and you're in these spaces where they hate men, it's counterintuitive, counterproductive, all of the things, right? So the brothers get to speak on it, and I'm just gonna recap really quick and maybe further expound on what I say in this conversation. Some of the brothers were very detailed with their answers. Some of the brothers were a little bit more reserved. I had a few things to say on it, but let's go.
All right. If you decide to be with a man, you can't be against men or absorbing content from people who are. I'm gonna go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
start.
speed through this a little bit.
What are your thoughts about this, sir? I totally agree with him.
Oh shoot! So YouTube is gonna try and force me to get this YouTube Premium. Man, thanks, Blizzy. I don't expect y'all to work over here, man. I ain't giving y'all riches so y'all can like promote and tell people to hit the like button and all that, but I do appreciate it. I think toxic masculinity would be a woman that got toxic feminine. All right, I ain't gonna get stuck on semantics. You right.
All right.
Toxic masculinity and toxic femininity exist for the purposes of this discussion.
Party.
So Hink is going in and Hink is agreeing.
But if you want a man, why would you want him? Our shit is gonna poison your mind. Or even poison the
So
woman
Hink is
inside
talking
your mind.
about if you want a man, he's agreeing with her basically. I appreciate you, Blaze. This one gonna be quick. I like Nelson. Nelson is on the panel. He's a licensed therapist. Hey.
Go ahead, James.
Hey man, I think the older Hank gets, the more ornery he gets. Not horny, ornery. Like he just don't care, man. He just do not care. That's my dog.
Honestly, I think on both sides, they have a pride in each other anyway. And a lot of these conversations, we could have had a lot of those little round more. But instead of
My man James is taking notes. Shout out to James. This camera's too close, man. I can't even move it back. Hold on.
basically cheating the same, and you ask guys, hey, have you ever got
Dang.
cheated on? A lot of guys will say, yeah, I have.
Dang. That's terrible.
But it's still gonna be like, oh, we still gonna do this. Or you say like, hey, you want to talk about how much money did your ex-wife take from you, or who do you know that got money taken from? And most people like to be able to say that. They're trying to say something about an entertainer that has to, but we're not those people. So I think.
Okay. Now on this point, So James started talking about people that got money taken from them in a divorce and how fear mongering happens a lot in this space. Now he's answering it from the perspective of men listening to other men and stuff like that in this space. And for those of you who are over here, you know what I'm talking about. Eventually, there'll be people that come over here from like my real life that has no idea of these men are still talking points, man. Again, so let's see.
A lot of these conversations is messing up the foundation of the family, and we more focus on having the conversation rather than doing the work. So we talk about it's like starting.
So James brought up another good point, which you see me nodding in agreement. He said a lot of these conversations are messing up the foundation of the family, and we doing more talking than working. So we doing a lot of talking, but not enough working.
Business. And we always have business plans, but you ain't got no process of what you want to do. You ain't got no property.
So you got a business plan, but you don't have a plan for your family.
You got nothing. So and a lot of these people,
I like
you
James.
ask them, hey, how do you have a stable relationship? And you tell them. You know what I mean? You see, I even see people, they match the person religion that they believe in, and they still off. I'm just like, damn, so you don't give a care about the religion you have, and you still follow this person. You don't match your religion. So it's kind of like the boys are. How can they teach you something, right? I can tell say I don't give you this, don't match it. That's what's a big difference, right? You can say, hey, I don't do that. That's what I'm I do. When you start matching like that. I think I had.
You know the hardest thing to do on these panels sometimes is when you got something to say, you don't want to cut in, you want to be respectful. So a lot of times, like you see me on the panel, I'm like, I got something I want to say. I want to jump in, and I do it at some point on this panel. I try not to, but last night, like I had to get my few words in it, and I piped down. Appreciate all 5 of y'all jokers being up in here again.
It's gonna be hard for you to be able to give that person a fair chance in a relationship. So how can you say, hey, I hate men, and then you say I love men at the same time? How can you give them that fair shake? And I think that's what we do need is grace. And a lot of people have won't do that. Make sure your wife gonna mess up, husband gonna mess up, but if you're like, why do you do this? I do that, then your relationship gonna go.
I'm gonna go to you, Nelson. One of the things I say on both sides is that usually the reason inspiration behind the energy is from hurt or somebody's story. It's a similar story. You ask them, well, how you feeling? How you feel this way? How you feel this way? It's because it was hurt. It was hurt, and now.
So now Jr. Is pivoting to James, and he's saying that a lot of times these if you start peeling back the layers of what's going on with people in this, that, and the third, he's saying you find that there's a lot of hurt on both ends. Women being hurt by men, men being hurt by women, so on and so forth.
You're seeing a different person. So I'm just go ahead and just try to speak to that. And I've actually seen some. I see some men that actually hate women.
Said he's seen some men hate women. So Nelson comes in with the clinical perspective. Shoot. Salmon burger. Now he's getting into the red pill space and how the red pill speaks a bunch of false narratives about men, so on and so forth. Then Hink goes on to say something about let go. And brother Nelson goes in. This is the part I didn't care for in particular because we know from last week that Brother Nelson has an issue with Mr. Let Go's style, which a lot of people do. That's fair. You can have your issue with the man, but he's not there to defend himself. Even if the invitation is extended to him, I just don't think it's cool to talk about another man while he's not there. And that's long been established in this space.
Searching for like what real men are supposed to be like. So when I see a bunch of nonsense, like I'm gonna call it out whether they're in front of me or whether they're not in front of me, because at the end of the day, people are still getting misled. So that's what anybody in particular in these spaces. I do agree with you, and I think there's a lot of
So I come in And if y'all can still hear it, so I come in and I say, just out of respect, because Mr. Let Go isn't present, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be mindful. And he's a member of the network. So it's just a bad look, you know what I'm saying, for us to be having a conversation about him and he's not there and he's a a friend to the network. He'll be on tomorrow. So this wasn't a good look. Nothing serious, nothing major. I mean, Nelson don't know. But just, you can have that conversation, but the brother needs to be there to defend himself, and you can have that face to face. Maybe JR invite him up on a Thursday and they can have that conversation because there's a lot of people that got smoke for Let Go. I think Let Go is funny. I think he is comical. And I think he's a good brother. I think he has good intention. I don't have smoke for Let Go.
He was like, hey, what you have on what's your favorite? Yeah, she was. I think
Now look, I was telling Marcus because me and him went to catch. We really was coming to catch Trill, but Marcus brought his wife there for the show. For the what is that tonight's conversation? And I was like, and I remember seeing Baby when she walked out, and I said, yo, wasn't Keita Rose at that? There's Keita and then there's Kitty, I think. And I was like, yo, what Keita Rose at that joint? And he was like, yes, she was. Look at this joker, Marcus. M Wizzle, my man.
I don't have much to add on what you said. I didn't always applaud what you said.
Yeah, I agree.
However, when it comes to running
Yeah, Blizzy, I agree 1,000% with what you're saying. Like he a solid brother. Oh, you was in Atlanta? Yeah, you was there in Atlanta. We met him in Atlanta. Solid brother. Man, I'm telling y'all, YouTube is determined to make me buy the premium. Hold on. Yeah, I met him before, yeah. Sorry, fam. Y'all can cuss me out later, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna do this all the time, but y'all gotta know the salmon burger is good.
So, without those, without looking at that, we can see the Williams, Eradication, family, decimation, and here we come to places where people are telling you what we told. We don't need women need us, women back with the bad, fine gang, like, you don't know, over that. Not even the one that has it.
So now, for me, Emmy, what you appreciate you, Emmy. Appreciate you, American Negro. And me working, bro. Emmy came in, clocked in, started putting in work. I appreciate you, good brother. You're a YouTuber. You gotta get the whole YouTube kit. No. I told JR last night, I don't care nothing about no production. I don't care about none of that. If I get any of that stuff, the people gonna support the cause and make that happen, man. But I ain't worried about none of that. I just want to focus on having the good conversations and being able to expound on my thoughts uninterrupted. I did like what Scam said about having closed panels. So I do want to entertain that. But I'd much more do it in a one-on-one space. Being able to have a conversation and interview and asking a whole bunch of questions. But I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I know a lot of people are saying they're conversationalists, but I sincerely enjoy having good conversations. So now I'm here though, and I'm talking about, I'm pushing back on the idea of men, the typical talking points in this space, right? Black women ain't shit. Black women left father. I mean, they put the man out the house. They accept the government daddy. All the typical points that you could come up with. And I'm saying, man, you don't know no good woman. Not your sister, not your nana, your nanny, granny, not your mama, not even the woman that had you. You don't know no good women. Every black woman is against you. Every black woman trying to take you up through that. Because James pushed back on the argument that in most divorces, the women take in alimony and all this other stuff. And he was saying, I've been divorced before. They didn't get me for nothing. That didn't happen in my case. I told y'all my children's mother, I was with her for 10 years. When we separated, it was just child support. It wasn't alimony or none of that other stuff. You see, all I do is close down, yeah. We need more smoke, Blizzy. We need more smoke. All right, let's go. What this beta simp host talking about now? You don't know no good one. So now I'm getting into what I saw over there on Hamp Channel, right? Which is, and this I'm gonna talk about this for a minute because I don't think a lot of people get it, and it just f's me up. Them babies, and I'm saying babies respectfully. I know they young adults. I know they 22 and 24 and all that, and I know they done with college and they, starting their lives and all that stuff. I'm saying this respectfully. But these shorties was on Hamp Channel sounding just like us. I'm 50 years old. Some of y'all are late 30s, early 40s. Most of the people that's frequenting this space. Some of y'all are divorced and bitter. Y'all upset with your ex-wife. The relationship didn't work out. The marriage didn't work out. The family didn't work out. You didn't do an inventory, or you did an inventory and got red pill rage and ain't came out of it yet. A lot of y'all still don't admit that the red pill is about understanding the nature of women, because that's what y'all said. When I came into this space, that's how y'all explained it to me. The red pill is about understanding the true nature of women. Who was that? I seen you multiple places. Hold on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. I'm feeling like Oprah today. Feeling like Oprah. Govern yourselves accordingly. Blaze, you a younger millennial, so you probably in your early. Oh, you're not in your early 30s. No, you're not in your early 30s. Millennials are 80 something, 80, 80 to. Oh, maybe you are. Damn, maybe you are in your younger 30s. I don't know how to pronounce your name, TG, so I ain't want to, but blessings though. And it'll be a different vibe over here for the most part. It won't be no monkey flips and ignorance going on over here. Just me really getting a lot of my thoughts out, and then I expect the channel to evolve into whatever y'all want it to evolve into. Yeah, early 30s. Okay. So now, with that, shout out to the millennials. Shout out to the Z's. Damn. My nephew's, yeah, you my nephew's age. Damn. Blizzy, I'll be so sad, bro. Listen to these young ones talk. We see some of these young ones on panels, the way that they act, like they 15 still. And then I get discouraged because some people that I'm learning, like they around my age, which, I'll be 50 in August. And then you learn that they acting like they don't know no better. So now these babies, these 22-year-olds, these Z's that was on this panel, was talking just like us, how we talk in this space. How the black woman ain't shit. How all the black woman want to do is get you for your money. The money that you don't have. And I know TLA got after Blizzy about TLA and Blizzy had that confrontation because Blizzy said, man, if we got divorced, she could take it all and I'll get it back. I understand what I understand what TLA was saying, but I also understand what Blizzy said. And I tend to actually agree with Blizzy on that part. I don't know that I was vocal that night. But I probably should have been. Because I tend to agree. We know it's a bad deal. We know the potential of what could happen. And we go in anyway. Why? Because we're wired to pair bond. We're created to pair bond. We're created to build family and community. Whatever that community looks like, whatever that's going to be, we're created to do that. The way that we're socialized into this construct. Most of us want family. Most of us want, man, shout out to all the black folk coming in and supporting my man Rico, man. I'm at Lighthouse Grill again. For those of y'all that's coming in the room, I was at Sip and Savor earlier. So when I tell y'all I make my dollar circulate in my city, I'm very intentional about spending black. I have to go out of my way. I got to come into the city and go to Sip and Savor first, and now we at Lighthouse Grill. They speak like that because that's what they experience. What do you mean, the young bloods? That's what they experience. I don't, damn. Tony, go. You got to help me out. I don't know that they experienced any of that at that age. What they've experienced. Okay, so when that young lady was saying, Tony, the black woman is the most disrespected and the least protected. How did she experience that in 2024? How is the black woman the most disrespected and the least protected in 2024? I'm 50 and 3 kids, 2 mothers. Yeah, we get along fine. Salute to you. I know Tommy B solid with his situation too. No bitterness. Everyone is straight financially. Yeah, that's dope. I need to take his barrier. Who? 50 is older, but it's definitely not old at all. We don't feel that way, but I'm telling you, when these things start coming in and then look under there, yeah, I'm old, man. I can't move like I used to. I can't do the things that I used to do. Dang. Tony, I'm gonna have to pull you up one day, bro. Not today. I'm gonna have to pull you up and have that conversation because I'm always trying to get into y'all mind. I don't attempt to discredit, so if it ever comes off that way that I'm discrediting what y'all saying, I'm not trying to take that away from y'all. I just don't see it the way that y'all see it. I'm not saying y'all not having any experiences, but I just don't see how the black woman is the most disrespected and the least protected in 2024. I think a lot of when I heard them, and I heard them, and it seemed like they repeating a lot of what they parents, what they heard, what they're hearing their parents say. Or if that's not the case, and I'm wrong, and a lot of us are wrong, because I can concede that a little bit, right? Just for the sake of our conversation right now. If that's the case, and that's their experience reality, then we done fucked up more. And Generation X done fucked up more. It was supposed to be like that. Okay, propaganda. Okay. So, relationship wise, who was I talking to? I was talking to my homegirl yesterday. She said that she's 45. She'll be 45 in June. And she was talking about how she wasn't taught to be a wife, although she had a mother and father in the home. She saw her mother and father, grew up in a 2-parent home. Father actually very accomplished gentleman. I call him Dr. Huxtable, but very accomplished professor. He taught at UGA. He taught at Kennesaw State. He was in admin for a minute for education. I'm 30, so I'm in between. I remember when it was actually shit. I don't think it's ever been really that easy. I don't know. Let me. I call it the early end of what. Ooh. See, Tommy, that's what I think. But then I listen to Tony Golden, and then I gotta catch myself and be quiet and hear him out, right? I listen to my nephews. I listen to my sons. Hey, my son said these young boys ain't going. They say he's old, man. That my son. Let me get back to this video. My son said they ain't going. Yeah, but you know what, Tommy? They don't go outside. They ain't go outside like how we went outside either, man. You ain't have to approach a girl and get shot down. Whatever. What do I know, man? I want y'all young. The point is, to be honest, a lot of us old heads want y'all young. We don't want to relive our lives through y'all. We just don't want y'all to make the same mistakes that we made, man. We actually want y'all to be better than us. We want y'all to be 10 times better than us. And we don't want y'all rolling around in the dirt with these scallywags. Straight up. That's the honest to God truth. Hey, look, let me tell you. So, look, I was just talking with Slick Rick, right? And I am 6 for 6. I'm 6 for 6 with my seeds. Okay. I was just talking with Slick Rick, and I told him, now keep in mind, I work a lot. So, and my daughter, my oldest daughter, was here in Chicago while I was in Atlanta. But when I was just talking with Slick Rick, Ricky Williams, when y'all hear me say Slick Rick, that's Ricky Williams. I was just telling him, I said, but I chose right. And then me and him had a whole conversation around choosing. Talk to Tommy B, man. Tommy B got a sweet situation. compared to most men. He ain't never seen the inside of a court. You can't find one era where it isn't. That's true. Where you think blues, rhythm and blues, shoot, jazz, all that, all that. Outside of social media, specifically YouTube, I've never seen these conversations being had. Um, no, I could say they're being had in Atlanta for sure. Like again, for me, I spent 20 years in Atlanta, so because Atlanta, they be like, oh man, it's 10 to 1, 15 to 1, 20 to 1. So the dating conversation was being had in Atlanta for sure. There was dudes down there, yeah, man. Slut Monkey City. Let me get back to this real quick because I'm going off and I like to hit me when I go off. I like to hit me when I go off. I be in pocket sometimes. I started tying everybody's points in, man. We was talking about intimacy. They was talking about how men ain't doing it right and all this other stuff, man. Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. I long to create moments and memories with my family so bad. When I leave the earth, I hope all y'all speak good of me. I appreciate that Fatty when he was reviewing that interaction with me and the young lion from Detroit. I appreciate that he was objective with it. He could have been on some old, really you shouldn't have your old ass over there anyway, and you know how he is and da 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 da. But if you notice, I pulled up and we talking about Sharon. I was going back and forth with Daryl, and he said some egregious shit. So let me just put this out there, and Daryl knows this. Blizzy know this to be a truth too. At this point, it don't make sense for me to say anything to do. I pulled up because I had asked a question. We was talking about music, and y'all know I get excited about music, and that's a particular wheelhouse for me. So we having like a regular. They was having a regular barbershop conversation about music. I said something that he didn't agree with, and the dude basically called me a bitch. Now I'm not up on stage, so you know me. I'm gonna pull up, and when they kicked it to me, I said, yeah, I just pulled up to see who a bitch. Oh, you heard what I said and all this, that, and the third, whoopty, whoopty, whoop. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We did do a whole bunch of back and forth, but for me, it wasn't no, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to see about that with you, a whoopty, whoop. Because here's the truth of the matter. I guarantee you if me and dude ever met face to face, it'll be nothing but respect. And I ain't saying that because I'm some tough guy, and I ain't saying that because anything other than the fact that it wouldn't be nothing but respect. All that, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third to your wife and F your mama, and then calling out my government like that's supposed to mean something like what? He calling out my government like I'm supposed, like my government is on my social media, it's on my Instagram, it's on my Cash App. When I send y'all Cash Apps, like it's on my Cash App. I don't care. The only reason why I carry the moniker of Chicago Real around is because when I was doing radio in Atlanta, that was my name for radio. And then that's all my social media handles. So when I came to YouTube, it was no different. You use the handle that's attached to the account. So that's what it was. If I had logged on with my government, you would have been calling me by my government. Yeah. They were talking about it was something trivial too. It was like people making money or something, and they were trying to talk about how Elvis stole the music and black folk didn't get paid. And so I wasn't playing advocate, but I was pressing harder because I knew they was kind of talking about what they didn't know, and they wasn't adding the context of how it was for that time in terms of how he was getting the songs that he was getting. But then dude was calling folk. He was like that's a dumb question, bitch. And I was like, so I pulled up like, who a bitch? So we get into it. So anyway, Fatty was like, he was objective. And my point in taking that long around the way turn is that he spoke nicely of me, and everybody on the panel spoke nicely of me. I try, so that lets me know it's not an ego boost. It's just let me know that I'm conducting myself in a way where at least the people can see it, and that's what I'm saying. When I'm dead and gone, I hope people speak nice of me. But if they don't, it is what it is, right? But my goal right now at 50, for the next 50 years, is to create moments in memory. That's the point that I'm making. And that's you young bloods. That's what we be trying to get over to y'all. Like, man, all this superficial stuff that we chasing in the beginning. Yeah, you want to get the bag, you want to get the resources, so you have you want to get the money, so you have resources to create moments and memories. That's what it's about. Uh-oh. Music talk. Tony, you need to get some more weight up under your belt before we can have a music talk, man. You don't know nothing about that, boy. We gonna chop for real, fam. We gonna chop. I'm gonna pull up and drop my number. I think we follow each other on IG. I'll drop my number on anybody that know me know. I give out my real math. I don't have no Google number. I don't have 2 or 3 phones. I got this phone that I'm recording on right now, and I got an Atlanta area code. All right, let's keep going.
So as a whole, I always like to see my generation X fucked up. Like, well, I think I like always tapping on our watch. So these areas have a good brother, got a good relationship, good thing.
I gotta get better with my eye contact. My eyes be all over the place instead of looking dead in the camera, saying what I gotta say. But I'm trying to gather my thoughts, and looking at me sometimes distracts me. Yeah, the convo was about music, and the dude just took it elsewhere. And like I say, it don't make sense for me to. It didn't make sense for me that day. That's why I wasn't really going at him like that. Like he kept throwing everybody else go pray for Rita, and I'm like, okay, I will. And why, and go wish this, that on that person. I'm like, why are you bringing everybody else into it? And that's what I started saying during that contest. Notice he gonna bring everybody else into it instead of standing on the conversation and the point. The only thing that disappointed me is that when Sharon pulled everybody down, he insinuated and implied that it was a possibility that somebody else sent me over there to disrupt what they had going on. And I'm like, dude, I pull up over there because I enjoy the conversation. I see a lot of familiar faces over here at times. Why would you think? And then as a man, I apologize because I did disrupt his show with some of that stuff. But come on, bro. Somebody from Detroit sent me over there to disrupt y'all show because y'all got beef with him. Y'all ain't seen me associated with this dude in a year. And y'all still saying, y'all ain't seen me on his panel. You ain't seen me on Lapeef. You ain't seen me nowhere near these folk until recently, and y'all still on that goofy shit, man. That hurt my feelings, Sharon. So you're going to have to apologize to me for that.
I started speaking out, man. Okay, you got niggas that are married. Every gang still playing around like they married. Out of the gang still playing around like they married.
So now I'm addressing this from the men's perspective, right? And I'm saying for brothers that go on to other people's platforms and they sitting up there talking about they married, but then they still acting like I can pull this or I could do this or I can. You out the game, fam. That would be ludicrous for me to sit up here and say, I got a boo thing. We've been together for 8 years, married 2, and then I'm still talking like I'm pulling this one, or I can get mines off on that one, and da da da. That makes no sense. Talk about how dope it is to be married. That's what you should be talking about.
What? Niggas married. What you talking about? I can do this before that. You out the game, what? Oh, you out the game. Somebody just said that. I'm saying, and trust me, they was here every day. I told my uncle, say it.
Oh, I was saying how Generation X effed up, which I strongly believe. I know there's some things, we did the best we could with what we had. I think Angry Man made a really, real compelling point about how Generation X did well, but again, everything rises and falls on leadership. The buck stops somewhere. Generation X effed up, period, point blank, in a sentence. And then I started talking about how my uncle, because I was saying these babies see everything and they remember everything, they hear everything, they're watching everything. I was talking about how my uncle, I'm 50, and my earliest memory that I have to this day is like 5 years old. I remember stuff from being like 5 years old. And I was telling my uncle a couple things. Like I remember the first time he gave me beer. He gave me some old style because I was in his face begging for it. We was in the middle room at my grandma's house. He was sitting on the radiator with his friend and they was drinking beer. And I was in there like, give me some, give me some. And then his friend was like, give little nigga some. And my uncle was like, no, I can't give him that. Like, nah. And he was thinking about my mama, what my mama was gonna say. And my uncle ended up giving me that beer and I was sick. It felt like for 3 weeks, but I think it was like a day. I was toe up. It was bad business. But and my uncle was like, "You still remember that?" And I remember details. So how much more so is what I'm saying is, how much more so do you think these kids are not looking at us and seeing everything we do and calling your goof ass a hypocrite? Because you say one thing, but you show them another one. They're not listening to your words. They're listening to your actions. Aaron, oh man, hold on, Ao, my nigga. I feel like damn. I don't feel like I'm being generous with these big wrenches, but Aaron, you got a big wrench. You did? Oh, Aaron, drop that in the chat. Somebody drop Aaron O channel. Somebody drop Blizzy channel. Anybody else that got channels, you want to drop your channel, you want to promote whatever you promote, please promote it. If you got a cash app, you want people to donate to you, promote all that stuff, man. We building this thing slowly but surely, and this is more community. So if you not down with the community and none of that other stuff, do not come over here because that's what we're gonna talk about. Community. Community building. So we're building this community over here. This community is for people who believe in family. They don't have, I'm just going, you believe in community. That's families, because families are the foundation of community. You believe in structure, order, discipline. I don't want to get into the minutia of theology. I'm not, you know, I ain't tripping on that. This community is about community. What we're building is a community about community. While we're here, anything, make sure you become a member. Don't just go subscribe. Join Aaron O's channel. Get into that membership tier so you can get some of that information that he dropping about normalizing financial conversations. Shout out to you, Ao. I appreciate you for tapping in with me, dog. For real, for real. I have supreme admiration and respect for what y'all are doing over there. Shout out to GDG.
My clearest memory goes back to being 5 years old. I'll be 50 all right. My clearest memory is being just go back to 5 years old. I'm sitting back here. Yeah, and you think they ain't looking at us? They're getting 50 cents. That's it.
I'm still talking about my uncle. Hey, everybody getting tired at this point, so you see the old head start yawning.
Get married. And you say, no, marriage is bad either. That makes sense.
So I'm saying at the same time, you married, and then you saying marriage is a bad deal. Again, Aaron O, Cheeky, and them, they make a compelling case for the young bloods why it's not feasible for them, why it doesn't make sense for them. I just take it all. I take the information in. It makes sense when they break it down. However, you know, I still believe what I believe in terms of family being a cornerstone of community and community being the cornerstone of society, and that you need families to build strong communities, and that you see a lot of other communities with their bedrock being found. I'm trying to parse my words, but you know, and I don't want to say, y'all know what I'm trying to say. I want to be deliberate with my words. Blaze, what we saying? There's been far too much destruction. I agree. Spanning generations. So again, Blaze, so at what point do we say, okay, buck stops? So I'm saying the buck stops with Generation X. We have to take that on. That's what up. Love and gratitude to you, my brother. You have been extremely kind and supportive to the board from day one. And you've been on my head top about doing this channel. So we're going to do some things. We're going to play around with it, test out some things and see what works and go from there. But how is it that you married and then marriage is a bad deal? Think I ain't? That's spinach. That salmon burger hitting. Hold on. Because I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. Literally and figuratively, I'm going to wrap this up. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I don't take none of that stuff lightly, man. I don't take none of it for granted. So now, what did Blaze just tell me? So now, my bad. I wasn't going back to the video just yet. At what point? So it's all about who's going to take ownership and responsibility, not accountability. You can't be accountable for what you don't cover. You can't hold anyone to account if you don't cover them, right? So, nah, no thank you, brother. We can't hold no one to account if you don't cover them, if you're not responsible for them. So let's talk responsibility, okay? I assume again, even though I'm 6 for 6, I'm good. My kids are good. Tony Gold, and one of the things I will give you, again, like I said to Slick Rick, I chose the right. I won't. We'll talk offline, but I'll just tell you, the mother of my children, I at least did decent with choosing well. That was a big part of why they turned out the way that they did. The next goal is to get them to thrive, not just survive, not just make it, not just avoid, but to thrive. Sounds like you thriving, brother. Looks like you're thriving. So, but at what point do we accept responsibility and then begin to make changes, Blaze? Oh man, yeah. Hey, you know how many brothers in this space will say, "I'm married." How long you been married? Man, I've been married for over a decade. Man, what? Yeah, but I'll admit it's a bad deal, man. Yeah, man. If I get a divorce, man, she could take me for everything. What's everything? The house? That's a pretty huge investment. I hear you. What else? The house? We can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways, Jimmy. All right. We almost at an hour, so let's hurry up and wrap this up. So, again, I understand what lead attorney is saying. Shout out to Mr. Palmer because I know he's a huge male right advocate. I know the brothers be saying, stop telling men they don't have nothing to take. I know we're in a litigious society, being in Western society. America in particular is the most litigious country in the world, meaning that we file lawsuits for anything. If you looked at me wrong, I'm suing you. You spoke ill on my name, I'm suing you. All these things, right? So I know they can take you to court. I know that the courts favor women. All of these things are true. But we still teach men from a position of fear. One of the reasons why I'm married is because I want to be married. My personal beliefs, my religious beliefs, the way that they align, I wanted my woman covered properly. It's just my personal belief. All these people are talking about state-sanctioned marriage and all this other stuff. Yeah, yeah. This is what works for me. I don't expect it to work for everybody. And I don't preach that everybody should do these things, right? I just want to build with AL likes at this point. I think there are more of me out here to build with and more information to get to these young bloods. Because a lot of these young bloods, even when Hamp was asking his panel if they wanted to be married, a lot of them were saying, yeah, they want to be married, right? A lot of them want to be married. A lot of us want to be married. So these niggas ain't got shit to take. Tommy B, stop. Yeah, man. The house in her name anyway, so I don't even know what she taking. The house in her name. She leaving with what she came with, man. When me and my children's mother split up, we left with what we came with. We left with what we came with. That's it. I'm sorry. Raggedy niggas. James laughing because I said stop telling men. I know there are some creators that say stop telling men they ain't got nothing for the woman to take, meaning that you should file for a prenup to protect yourself. I'm gonna be honest with you, for those of you who believe in the prenups, and shout out to Mr. Rucker, I ain't seen him in a good minute. I don't oppose that, man. Do your thing, man. If you believe in prenups that much and that's what you need to do to protect yourself, do that. Me, I don't. I'm good. I'm good. Like I said, me and Booth ain't finna ride this out. Let me tell you something. Fear is a motherfucker too, man. Don't neither one of us want to be out there in that shit that y'all dealing with. Niggas talking about some, they want a young girl. You a bullshit lie. I don't want no damn 25-year-old girl. What the fuck I'm gonna do with a 25-year-old dog? That's my daughter's age. What I'm gonna do with a 25-year-old? Real spill. 30-year-old. I see some of y'all 30-year-olds still acting like y'all 15. What I'm gonna do with y'all? Your mind ain't there. You gotta have some of the prenup. Nah. If you let some of these cats tell it, man, nah. You just need to have it in writing. You ain't even gotta have nothing to prenup, man. You ain't gotta have nothing to prenup. Let me see if there's anything else I'm saying here before I wrap this up, man. It's good to be amongst the brethren, man. This is a good stage right here. James, Trev, B. Madden, Sweeney, Hink, Nelson, me, JR, and Marcus White. That's a good panel, man. That's a good panel.
And it's the same thing with these women, right? We talk about how women always win it all. One
Okay.
side of this woman,
Then Sweeney jumped into his thing. So I'm gonna end it right there, man. Hopefully, I don't know if y'all can hear some of that. But oh geez, man, we gotta tighten up. This is the year that the good brothers gotta speak truth to power. We gotta start telling people like, man, one of the things that I love about my woman, man, she adds so much value to me. She's a muse. She's my inspiration. Shit. She definitely inspires me to go out there day in and day out to conquer the world, man. She provides insight. She's my, when I have my blinders on and my blind spots, I can't see certain things. She's a confidant. All of that, man. She's a stress reliever. You know what I'm saying? She's more than an incubator for my seed, although I'm retired. Now I just practice. I'm retired from making babies. I'm 6 for 6. And all of my seeds are doing good. You know? Proud of my son. I got 2 of my boys are engaged. My other son is, doing well, working. Like I said, my baby is graduating. She just got accepted into college. One of my daughters is married in the Air Force. She's in Virginia. In the Air Force, she's a linguist. She's a linguist, so she speaks Mandarin and French. She took French in high school, but her specialty in the Air Force is Mandarin. My other daughter, now she's in a long-term relationship. She's engaged. He's essentially made her a stay-at-home mom, and he's proposed to her, but she is not going until he goes to premarital counseling. That's her stipulation for him. So I'm proud of mine. I don't take all the credit. Clearly, their mothers had a lot to do with it, but I had to choose those women to be with, right? Same with Tommy. Like the women he chose to be with put him in a decent situation where they ain't taking him up through the system. And like I say, I don't think Tommy's seen a day of court over child support and stuff like that. If I remember that story correctly, and salute to you, brother. These few, yeah. Well, when you have people saying in the space, because this is the one thing I disagree with Hamp on too. There's a lot of conversation around rulership, lordship, leadership, and all of these things. And I understand that there are different leadership styles, but when you get to talking about it's a benevolent dictatorship, I disagree. There's nowhere in the scripture where it tells you to be a, well, let me take that back. Because if you say you're a dictator and you're benevolent, fair enough. But then I want to know, who are you submitted to? Who are you surrendered to? All right, so I'll leave that alone. That's one part I disagree. That took off like wildfire in this space. I'm a benevolent dictator. Keyword dictator. Leave it at that. Benevolent dictator. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I know. I know you wasn't married, Tommy, but I'm saying your situation is straight. E Black, I'm about to take your wrench. Told you I admire a lot about Fatty, man. I'm gonna take your wrench, E Black. Ooh, E Black, you dumb as hell. These the same niggas I see in the mall. Yo. Hey, Tommy. Now I'm sitting up here trying to think, was that a real video at Somerset Mall that I saw of a particular dictator doing that? Was it 12 Oaks or Somerset? I don't know. That's interesting though that you say that. Damn. Nah, Blizzy. I think that was a real video. I think we seen that in real time of somebody at Somerset or 12 Oaks Mall that say they a dictator holding a purse. That's why I'm laughing. I'm trying to remember. I could be wrong. I could be putting too much sauce on it. So I'm not finna do that. Tommy, I'm gonna ban you from my channel if that's true. If there's a video that existed at one point in time of a particular dictator from the 313 area code that was at Somerset or 12 Oaks holding his wife's purse, I am banning you from this channel. Hey, Tommy. Tommy, when they get off YouTube, do they be like, babe, was I too loud? Yo, I cannot with you niggas, man. Hey, man, like I say, I don't take it for granted. Please drop E Black channel in there. Tommy, are you gonna do some stuff on the road? Are you doing some stuff? Please drop Aaron O. I saw Aaron O in here. Tony, are you gonna do some stuff? Blaze, what y'all got going on, man? If y'all got cash apps, Aaron, no one is acting up. I'm asking questions because now I'm sitting up here trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if there's a video that exists that confirms that. I'm trying to really think about it. Y'all drop Aaron O channel. What? Shoot. You know what? Let me stop that. Oh, strongly agree to disagree. Put that link in there. Put that link in there, Blizzy. I'm moving right now. Oh, okay. But I'm gonna set something up. Tommy, I'm gonna get you on here when I start talking about men, just men rights and stuff like that, and fatherhood and stuff like that. I think your situation is like we would say that's a non-traditional situation. Nah, let's not do that. Because what we think, traditional is always like old school or traditions that carry over. And we in this modern time, which times are always modern, by the way. The current time is always modern, by the way. And so traditional just means old school. Nobody's holding on to tradition no more. Nobody passed them down, and nobody's upholding tradition. Strongly agree to disagree that it's tonight. As hard as DMX was in Belly, why he tell them niggas to be quiet and that? Man, Tommy, no Tommy Bun slander, man. No Bunzy slander, man. You see the way he handled Keisha when it came time to handle Keisha, man. Don't do that, Tommy. But you ain't lying. But don't do that. If I find this video, because I remember bro walking through Somerset Mall. I'm telling you, Tommy, if I find this video and he holding her purse in there, I'm blocking you. I'm banning you from this channel. Damn, I ain't think about that though. Thank you, Blizzy. Y'all make sure tonight, what time, Blizzy? What time tonight? Make sure y'all tap that link and tap in for E Black. How you doing? Tap in for E Black. Agree to disagree. It's a dope concept that he has where it's Blizzy, Christopher J, Tawana, if y'all remember Tawana from the Peace Network, and Raw B, and then they have a topic, and then they have to say what side of the line they fall along. Agree, disagree, strongly agree, and then they debate from there. Damn. Yo, he told boy say sorry, cause you hurt my feelings. Yeah. And then when she came down, he started copping pleas too. You right. She came down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? If he got to deal with that, make you think he's. Yo, Tommy, finna get off here. 8:30. CPT time? No. CST, Central Standard Time, man. Blaze, don't be doing that to my black folk, man. Kiana, I don't know. Kiana. Yo. Yo. All right, fam. I gotta get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We gonna do better this year, fam. Content I'm coming with is all. I'm not gonna say all positive, but just you know, ramblings and rantings from an old head, and it just gives me an opportunity to expound on my thoughts and flesh them out a little bit more uninterrupted. That's all. That's all. Oh, Big Bad Bull, shit, damn. I feel like I'm giving too many of these out. Hold on. Go ahead, Big Bad Bull. Fuck. The Maj father. My man, Big Bad. Hey, Big Bad Bull been around this motherfucker for a good minute, G. I don't even know how many big wrenches I done gave out now. I feel like everybody got a damn big wrench in here. Fuck it. So when the channel get up there, man, we'll be able to do some things. I just ask that you govern yourselves accordingly, man. I appreciate y'all. Big Bad Bull, I appreciate you tapping in, brother. I wasn't doing nothing but jaw jacking, talking slick, and swallowing spit, man. We got to do better, though. Probably end up reviewing King Talk on Wednesdays. Probably random topics or something. I'll probably do something else on Sundays. Those are typically my day off. But I do appreciate y'all, man. Love, blessings, gratitude. Man, yeah, I remember being on stage on Thursdays and seeing him in the audience spazzing out. Spazzing out, man. Between him and Gail, like they can put they could put a course out. Like how TLA got his course out, they could put a course out on mine. But yeah, so listen, I want to tell y'all this too, man. I'm not trying to add to the clutter in this space. There's a lot of voices. I'm really trying to pivot and go like somewhere else. I don't even want to do the relationship stuff. I really want to get into like community building. But I do know the relationship talk will come up here and there. But like I said, the video I did earlier was around you old ass gang banging niggas still gang banging. When the L7 squares and nerds are winning, man. We winning, we up, nigga. Shout out to the L7s and the squares and the nerds. Right? Winning big time. You niggas gotta chill. And then you married niggas that's on this YouTube. You been married to Ethel 20 something years. Man, you tell us how good Miss Ethel make you feel, man. Tell us about Ethel's value in y'all relationship, man. Don't be disrespecting that woman talking about marriage is a bad deal. That's the covenant that you made. You saying covenant is a bad deal. I don't think covenant is a bad deal at all. Even if he don't come to my channel, he can get a rent. Who? Wait, what? Oh, you saying Big Bad Bull? Big Bad Bull don't come to your channel? You bugging, Blizzy. Such a hater. Blizzy is my guy. Blizzy taught me the meaning of pedagogy. Niggas in their 30s and 40s looking for street cred. Throw that cold trash. No. You bugging? No, it's a jacket. It's a man. This jacket, it's a Terex. You crazy? You know what this jacket costs? You crazy? I should be running in it. Blizzy, I'm gonna show you how to get a fit off. I think you still on that hyphy wave. I think you still on that hyphy wave, brother. I'll show you how to get a fit off. Jesus Christ, man. Y'all help me with this YouTube stuff, man. Tell me what's working, what's not working, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. And then we gonna get that by hook or crook. And then for people like E Black, stop being such a hater, G. I just make this shit look easy, brother. You a hater. Yo, you a hater. Bicycle in the night. Blizzy, I'm gonna roast your ass, man. Hyphy. I know scraping. Scraping goes ride the whip then. So raggedy ass. Black son of a bitch. My man Blizzy. All right, y'all, I'm finna get out of here. These folks looking at me like I'm crazy. But I just wanted to have that conversation around recapping King Talk and really just challenging us to do better in the space, man. The people want something different from us, man. Of course, all the usual channels for effery, those are out there. But seeing those babies, hey, I'm gonna tap it. If you still here, I'm tapping into your channel to see what you're saying around leadership. But seeing those babies regurgitate the same talking points that we are hearing in this space, that makes me nervous. It makes me want to put in more work. Also, y'all wish me luck, man. I'm running for board position on local school council at my high school alma mater. We got to get some things together down there. So again, like I say, when we start monetizing and getting donations in and all that other stuff, there's 3 different places that's mostly gonna go. There's gonna be Corliss High School, my alma mater. That's gonna be Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health. That advocates, they do free therapy in the community, and Mentor Teacher Brother, which helps young boys and roles in the community I grew up in. They help mentor, develop, and train young men, young boys to become men. I think that E Black, don't be like that. I be swinging through. Super dope, bro. All right, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all. All right. Follow all these content creators. Hey, and then lastly, man, go do something nice for somebody and expect nothing in return. Go do something really, really dope, really smooth, something really nice for somebody and expect nothing in return. That's my only ask. I will holler at y'all next time, Friday. Friday, 9 a.m. We are doing, dang it, what is the title of that? Down with the Kings, The Hate You Give. Oh, Friday. Nice guys don't finish last, nice guys finish. We're gonna unpack that and dispel all that bull crap about nice guys finish last. Hold on, let me see the last little bit of these comments. Nice guys do not finish last, nice guys finish. And right now, the ones that you consider nice guys, they win. All right. Brother of a certain age, man, I appreciate you. We're gonna be the next principal. No. Oh man, rest in peace to Joe Clark. No, man. You know what's dope though, Blizzy? Class of '89. Principal Muhammad came out class of '89 and came back to be principal of the school for like 3 years. Did an amazing job, a phenomenal job. So I would never try and fill his shoes. I am always in a support role. I know what I do in real life. Like I'm a support role. I'm a support role type dude. I don't play. I play point guard. Like I distribute the rock. I know, brother. I know. I appreciate y'all, man. So let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Otherwise, I'm going to be here for another 15, 30 minutes just reading the comments and saying what up in the chat and stuff like that. I do appreciate y'all. Again, we're going to work this stuff out, man. We're going to do some real community building, right? We're going to build this community that we want so we can go to other places for the effery. And then, when you want that elevated intellectual discussion, you can go over there with AL and Cheeky for those Aristotle and Socrates and Plato, right? Plato moments, right? But when you want to have that blue collar trucker, um, garbage man, Archie Bunker type conversation, you know, the Sanford and Son conversation. We gonna have those over here, you dig? But love and gratitude to all y'all good brothers and any sisters that was in the chat. Be smooth with these wrenches, fam. There's quite a few of y'all got like the big wrenches, and then everybody else. And there ain't no disrespect. I'm just giving them as I see them, and I ain't making no real determination. It's just what I'm feeling at the moment. That's how I'm determining who gets what wrench. So I don't mean that in a negative way. Hopefully that makes sense. But if it don't, I don't give a fuck anyway. All right, peace, y'all.